Okay, they told us they were, the money added up to $14.70, and so you could eliminate the decimals by multiplying each one of these terms by 100. That was the purpose on equation A. Equation B, they told us the number of coins that they had in their, and he had in his jar when he took them to the bank was 133 coins. Anybody have banking experience where that, have you seen that happen? Like brought your coins to the bank and watched them count them? Yeah, you know what they're talking about. It's a pretty cool process. But I didn't know they could tell you how many there were, which they could. I don't see why not, because you could count the coins as well as give you the amount. And then they did, for some reason, the bank knew there were 3 times as many quarters as dimes. Now, obvious, this word problem's like buying 75 watermelons at a grocery store. Nobody's going to do it, but it's a good example of where a real-life process takes in 3 unknowns and 3 equations. So we decided to use elimination. And so in order to use elimination, you need to decide which variable you want to eliminate, and you also have to have your equations ship-shape for elimination. So what's that, right? Let me get my erasable pen because I will make mistakes. Just the nature of it being a human being. 5n plus 10d plus 25q is in perfect condition. We have the variables all on one side and the numbers on the other. Here's another one that's already in order. N plus D plus Q is 133. But C is not quite there yet. I have to get the 3Q on the left side with the D. So it would be D minus 3Q equals 0. That's because we chose elimination. Now, you wouldn't have to do that if we chose substitution. But you would have to do that if we chose matrices, because elimination and matrices are the same. The only thing matrix leaves off the variables. You just have an N column, a D column, and a Q column. So on we march. So elimination means we want to get rid of a variable. I always look to the leftmost first, and it looks like if I take b times the -5 and add it to a, I will eliminate the n. Now that's a very smart move, wise move, good move, and if you don't make it, you're not, it doesn't, you just takes more time. But if you make that move, c already has n disappeared. So that's why it's good to get rid of the n between a and b. So I'm going to take b times the -5, add it to a, and in elimination, you make new equations. So that's new equation D. So -5 times b this is -665. Okay. So calculator, pencil and paper, that's how you get through these problems. Now I'm going to put a below it so you can see what I do when I add them. And I get D. This is going to be equation D. I'm going to write it right underneath these two that get disappeared. So D is 5D, little d, plus 20Q equals, I don't remember, 805, I think. There we go. We did elimination this morning in 4th period. And 6th period we did substitution. And they just take as long either way. But in fourth period, I of course, made a boo-boo, so I had to find it and march on. Hopefully, I don't know how I'm gonna put that here for now, and then I'll fix it, so it'll be good. Yeah, I'll tape it after I write it. Go for this. All right, no sticky showing. Okay, we have D has two variables and C has two variables. I don't have to find an E. I can take C times the -5, add it to D, and that's how I get Q. Because Q will be the only one left after I get rid of the D's in front. So a -5C, -5C, ha ha ha, -5D plus -5Q. Doesn't matter whether you put plus or minus, whichever. You could put just a -5Q, whatever your brain is happy with in the moment, is 0. I'm taking this times the -5. Now I'm going to add it to D, which was 5D plus 20Q equals 805. And then I get 15Q is 805. So Q is 23. And then, check the arithmetic. That's what I got this morning. You can go back up, put 23 in here, and find D. So D is 69. And you got those two to put back up in here, and you can find N. So N plus 69 plus 23 is 133. Now, you could have used used A to find N, but yeah, I like B better. Simpler, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. Let's see what's going on here. Conversation about that right now. We're almost done. See, once you find one, the rest go quickly. If you got your stuff organized, all written down, find where you've been, know where you're going. That's N plus 92 is 133. So N equals 41. So now they want us to answer the question. This won't be an ordered triple. This is a word problem, so they want to know how much of each coin there is. So it's 41 nickels, 69 dimes, and 23 quarters. And doesn't that help when I make the variables match the titles? That's a secret when you're working with word problems. Make your variables match what you're trying to find, and then it's easier to figure out. Instead of X, Y, and Z, it's easier to figure out who belongs to what. I'll come in kind of handy. So, and again, I won't have a problem like this on the homework, but it's nice to see the application. And there's more applications in your textbook if you're interested. So I'll let you loose. If there's no questions, you should be working with paper and pencil. The only thing in your iPad is going to tell you the problem, but you got to work that problem out. Nobody can look at a problem and know the answer. Okay? Thank you.